Hello friends, how are you? In this video, I'm going to share everything you need to know about the universe and space. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Making this video took me 5 days, so please leave a like. Each like boosts my confidence for the next video. So let's get started. This video is divided into chapters, and the chapters are divided into parts. Let's move on to chapter 1. The formation of Earth. In this chapter, we'll learn about the formation of the solar system and Earth. Let's start with part 1. Part 1. Nebula. Our solar system was formed from a nebula. You might be wondering, what is a nebula? Don't worry, I'll explain. A nebula is a type of cloud in the universe. Our solar system was made from a cloud without any water, air, or land. Yes, it's true. First, let's understand how a nebula is formed. Nebulae are created by the explosion of stars or sometimes by black holes. Now, back to our topic. Generally, nebulae are spherical in shape, but not all nebulae are spherical. In our case, the nebula was spherical. But how? Because of the matter gathering within the nebula. As the matter increased, the mass increased. When the mass increases, the gravity also increases. Mass is directly proportional to gravity. As gravity increased, the magnetic field of the nebula shaped it into a sphere, and it gained angular momentum, meaning it started to rotate. I hope you understand this so far. But something happened, and the nebula flattened into a disk. Let me explain how this happened. When the nebula was spherical, a star exploded and became a supernova. What is a supernova? It's a big topic, and I'll explain it in another video. Back to our topic. Because of the supernova, the center of gravity of the nebula was destroyed. How? The supernova released a massive shockwave. The shockwave disrupted the center of gravity, and without gravity to hold the matter together, the nebula became a flat disk. From now, the real chapter starts. Part 2. The formation of the Sun. With the center of gravity destroyed, matter was unevenly distributed in the nebula. As we know, the midpoint of a circle is more dense. Where the matter is denser, gravity pulls it together tightly. This made the circumference of the nebula decrease, increasing its angular momentum, the speed of rotation. With increased angular momentum, the midpoint began to pull everything into the center like a flat tornado. As more matter gathered in the center, pressure increased. Pressure is directly proportional to temperature. As the temperature increased, gases started reacting with each other. Mostly, hydrogen reacted with itself to form helium. This reaction is what we see every day in the sun. This process created a baby sun called a protostar, surrounded by a protoplanetary disk, which looks like the rings of Saturn. I hope you now understand how the sun was formed. Let's move to part 3. Part 3. Formation of the planets. Many think a big blast occurred and parts of it became planets, but that's wrong. Here's the actual truth. In the protoplanetary disk, only metals and silicates could withstand the sun's temperature. These metals and silicates stayed near the sun. Where there is matter, there is gravity. The gravity of these metals and silicates attracted more matter, forming planets. The terrestrial planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, were made this way. But what about the other planets? Let me explain. Gases couldn't withstand the sun's temperature and stayed beyond Mars, forming the gas giants Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. This process took millions of years. I hope you now understand how the planets were made. Let's move to the real topic, Part 4. Part 4. The Earth. As I mentioned, there are 4 terrestrial planets, but initially there were 5. The 5th terrestrial planet was Theia. Theia's gravity pulled Earth towards it, causing a collision called the Giant Impact Hypothesis, or Big Splash. This collision gave birth to the Moon. This is how the formation of Earth occurred. I hope you understand the formation of Earth. I won't discuss how Earth's environment was made here. I'll cover that in another video. I'll end chapter 1 here.